Hello and welcome, and today we're going to be talking about the top 3 legends for aggressive players. Now, there are a lot of legends in this game now, right? And there are a lot of offense legends and mobility legends, and we're going to be talking about the legends for the aggressive players who want to push in, get a pick, get out safely, push in again, you know, the people who want to carry and frag. And that's what this top 3 is going to be all about. See, this isn't going to be for competitive play like ALGS, Pro League. This is going to be for hugs, for ranked up to about diamond maybe, and for players who want to play on their own. So the number 3 legend I've got, which is going to be a surprise, and a lot of people think this is number 1, is Octane. Now I think Octane is a fantastic aggressive legend, but I know that when people think aggressive they also don't want to die, and Octane isn't the best at that. He's got a pad to get in, which is amazing ability, and he has his tactical, which makes him 40% faster. Obviously that's aggressive, you can chase after people, get those kills, but now it does minus 20 health. That 20 HP is really important. See, if you pop your stim to run away and you're trying to, you know, disengage from the fight where your team come and help you after maybe getting a pick, as Octane, you're going to go down to really low health. See, the difference between 60 HP and 40 HP could be 2 or 3 bullets, which means when you turn a corner, you'd be safe if you were a normal character. So, when you're trying to run away, it really makes it difficult and you die a lot earlier. So, in the number 2 spot, I've put Pathfinder. You see, I think this is quite clear, as he has 2 mobility tools, which are crazy. See, the zipline is really good for pushing onto a team that maybe isn't looking at you, or repositioning to high ground where you have a really strong position. And the grappling hook is good for a number of reasons. He can grapple hundreds of meters in front of him, he can grapple away, he can grapple very short distances up to high ground, he can grapple around corners. See, this makes running away from Pathfinder impossible, and when you are Pathfinder it's really easy to run away. But the difference between him and Octane is he can reposition just by running around the corner, and then he can grapple away and he can't be shot, he's gone. You're not catching him, he's got time to med and come back in. Now, a really important thing about an aggressive character is their escape tool, because every character can be aggressive if you run at people, but the difference is in the game with a lot of movement like Apex is every character can push and move forward, but not every character can get out safely in a 1v2 or 1v3 and disengage at the right time, and this is what Pathfinder is good at. You turn a corner, you grapple a high ground, you pop a med, your team are there, and now it's no longer a 1v3. He's also really good at creating 1v1s. By using your grapple, maybe they decide to chase you and suddenly you peek them and it's a one-on-one situation. He obviously takes the clear number 2 spot for me, and a lot will argue number 1, but my number 1 pick is going to be interesting, and I think by the end of me explaining you're going to agree with me, and that is number 2, Pathfinder. He's got the highest skill cap of any ability in the game, bar 1, and he is really good. We're going to get on to the honorable mentions and then we're going to go on to number 1. So we've got a few characters in here that I'm going to say before number 1, because a lot of you are going to be like, why is this character not here, why is that character not here, and hope people can get through all the characters. So the first character we're going to get is Bloodhound, and just because his ult is a speed boost, I don't think he's that aggressive because he's a team player, he needs to scan, he needs to provide utility for his team, and he can get out, but he's just kind of an Octane with a longer cooldown. We got Wraith. I don't think Wraith's actually an aggressive character, or a character for an aggressive player, because when you queue as Wraith you have no defense, you have to run away basically. She's got nothing to get in safely, she's got nothing mid-duel, she's just got I'm losing, I'm gonna queue away, which isn't bad. We got Bangalore because of her speed boost. I don't think she's an aggressive character. I think she's good, she's actually very good for aggressive players if you can play around your smokes well, but a lot of the time you just end up messing up your team and yourself, and I think if you're confident in your own skill you don't need Bangalore smokes or speed boost, and she can't really chase that well because no one's shooting at her, but she's good at running away. She's kind of Octane but a bit more tame. And then we've got Loba. I think Loba's tactical is great for getting away, like amazing, run around a corner, pop your Q and you're gone. But pushing in with her tactical, being actually aggressive with it, mid-fight capability, right? An aggressive character's got to be good mid-fight. I don't think she's got it at all. She has to take about 8 years to put her bracelet back on, and then by then you might be dead. So that's it. Horizon, her black hole's great, but it's more of a team-based thing. I'm talking about a fragger here who can get those kills, and her Q, enemies can use it, and it's really slow and easy to kill, that easy to get. Valkyrie's not really got the fastest movement at all. Right, we're just going for all the movement characters who are quite aggressive. She's not got the fast movement at all. She has to put a gun away while she uses it. Her tactical is just to get people out of cover, and that's all it does really. It doesn't ever really do any damage. And her ult's, again, just repositioning. She's a very good legend for getting the high ground, taking winning fights, and running away, but that's really it. She's amazing in comp though. And then last we've got Ashe, and Ashe is going to be a very hard one to explain, but her tactical means an enemy can't run away, but if you're playing really aggressive, jumping on enemies, they won't really have the chance to run away if you're taking those big fights. And she's just good for, in a team fight, throwing your tactical in there, and now they can't chase you, or now they can't run away from you, or it's just a tether, right? It keeps them in one spot, you know where they are. It's good. And her portal is more of a get out. It's more of a get out than a go into, and you've got to save it to reposition. You can't just use it every fight. And now I'm gonna talk about the #1 character, who I believe is Mirage. I think he's the most aggressive character and the best 1v1 character, and 1v2 and 1v3 in this game, and I'll explain now. So his tactical is on a very low cooldown, and it's very good in fight. You can throw your decoy one way, peek one way, and now you have an extra second on them, which doesn't sound like a long time, but you can land 2 wingman shots, you can land half an R9 clip, an entire shotgun blast, before they realize which one's you, and that makes him very, very, very good for being aggressive. You can push the entire team, and in this video you'll see a lot of Mirage clips of me pushing teams or running away from teams and just getting out for free, because his ult is on a 60-second cooldown, the lowest cooldown in the game, joint with I forgot what character, but another character's got a 60-second one. And he's the lowest, it's Octane, but they buffed the Octanes to 90 actually, so it's the lowest cooldown at 60 on its own. And it's every minute you can pop it. That's like every 2 Wraith Qs, or not even that, every 2 Wraith Qs you can pop your ult. And this is good for pushing, because you go invisible for a second and they don't know where you are. Getting away, because you can just, pop your ult, jump off something, jump around something, and you're gone most of the time. You get out of jail for free. And it's really good in fight. You can pop a shotgun shot in their head or on a half an R9 clip, and instead of reloading, or when you have to reload, pop your ult, spin around in circles, do some stuff, wait for them to shoot the wrong decoy, and just beam them, and then jump back into your decoys and do it all over again. You see that I play around a pillar in one of these clips in this video, and someone gets absolutely melted, right? Because they're shooting random things because they don't know. It gives me enough time to reload, reposition, and take another fight. Unlike Wraith's Q, which guaranteed gets you out when you pop it, you can use it to reposition, you can use it to aggress, and he's really, really good in pubs. He's really good up to diamond and plat, and his problem is once you get higher than that, he's not that good for the team. He's got his invisible res, but he isn't the best team character. But if you're trying to get the frags and learn a character who's really, really good, then Mirage is your character. He's only going to get buffed or stay the same, so you know that your skill was going in a good place, and he's not a very common character. And the thing about Mirage is the more you play Mirage, the better you get, the more aggressive you can play. I get away with some ridiculous things on Mirage because he's my main. And yeah, that's it really. I think Mirage is #1 most aggressive character in the game. Now, if you want to see some other tier lists, some maybe comp tier lists, rank tier lists, team comps, then just leave your comments down below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Please remember to sub and tell me what I should have done better in this video and what you want to see next. And that's all from me. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day.